ladies. Y'all probably can't even see me, can you? Well, listen, I got some news for you, baby. All right? And you're either going to take this very well, or you're going to cry and you're going to complain. All right? But the news is that we are live here on a Wednesday night at 9 p.m., baby, and who is ready to none other than party? Here in Miami Vice, baby, as I knock over everything in my room. All right, that's how we do it around here. I gotta make sure, everything's knocked around, because if nobody's knocked around, then that means, well, first of all, that means Tony ain't doing his job, you know what I'm saying? Tony's always gotta knock some people around every now and then. But listen, as we get settled in here, I want to know that you're here. Some of you have already established that. But I want you to go ahead and drop the sunglasses emoji, because tonight, oh baby, tonight we wear our sunglasses. But only tonight, okay? And only every Wednesday night. In fact, off stream, I wear my sunglasses every night. But that's what I like to see, baby. Man, everybody's here in the chat, living it up. I love to see it. Listen, we're gonna have a great time tonight. Chloe, what's up? Sam, Oscar Bilchabez, Katie. I wish you did. Well, listen, Crown Renee coming in hot already with the $2. Thank you very much, Crown Renee. She wishes I tripped. But listen, you know what? You can't ask for everything. But listen, hold on. You stay right there. You don't go anywhere. All right, I don't know why, Crown Renee, thanks for reminding me, but for some reason, which that reason I'm going to get to here in a second. But anyways, for some reason, your messages weren't being read aloud when you donated, but I got that fixed. And that is no longer an issue. So tonight, if you donate any sort of amount, you generous little folks, then your message will get read aloud, no matter how many push-ups you request me to do. I'm not going to say I'm going to do them, but you can request all night. And you can let the chat know that you got something to say. So listen, thank you, Crown Renee, for starting us off right with the wonderful $2 donation. Listen, we're going to play some music tonight. Man, it feels good. Man, it feels good. Gosh, got a nice shirt. Mustache is looking crisp. Hair is looking fine. Sorry I'm late, guys. I spent a few extra minutes in the mirror this afternoon, curling each strand of hair, making sure each hair is cared for, because that's what I do. All right, for this stream, for you. Just so that we are on the same page and we understand each other, then, you know, that's all that matters. Listen, the only thing about this stream that you see that is not 80s, listen, a guy named Alfred, I know, crazy name, he hit me up. And,
The Crown has donated $5 and says you're a big baby crying over not doing any push-ups. That's called a sissy, haha.
Ground Renee, you know what I gotta say to that? I gotta say that is ridiculous.
Sydney Walker has donated $1.99 and says let me just contribute.
See, Sydney didn't make me interrupt my whole stream discussing the topic of push-ups. So Sydney, thank you for that. But Crown Renee, I ain't done with you. All right? But listen, all right? Guy's name was Alfred, okay? He's from like the future or something. Anyway, he calls me. I'm like, yo, who's this? He's like, hey, this is Alfred. How can I do you for you? That's what we say, you know? That's just what we say. And Alfred goes, hey, listen, in order to save your decade, the time period that you live in, we need you to go live with a real audience. Just doing what you love. And so Alfred's just But just to clarify, I want to double check some things before we get too crazy. You know what I'm saying? All right? Do you know what I'm saying? And if you don't, check. Okay, all right. You can still hear me. I know. Don't worry. Don't worry. Wait. All right, listen, anyways. You guys are sitting there panicked and worried, thinking that I can't figure this out. I got a little secret for you, okay? You want to know that secret? Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing you got to worry about is the weather and what time you got to be up in the morning. Because here in Miami, we do things right. And when something comes our way, a little hardship, a little pain, a little struggle, guess what we do? We fix it. We don't cry, we don't whimper, we don't whine. That's why we're the best, baby. That's why this is the best stream you're ever gonna see. Anyway, so I was talking to Alfred here, okay? As I trip over all the cables in my room. And he says, dude, you gotta listen to me, all right? We got this future that's no good for music, baby, all right? And you're the only one that can save everything. So we need you to somehow reach out to a live audience, okay? Reach out. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but we got this invention, this innovation called the internet. And I was like, okay, yeah, it sounds a little interesting. And he goes, but there's only one catch. You're gonna have to sort and find the real.
The Crown has donated $2 and says you whined about push-ups, Cameo.
I didn't whine about anything. I just said I wouldn't do them. Yet. But we don't whine, alright? That's where you don't need to get your stories mixed up. Speaking of stories, okay, Crown Renee, thank you for the 2. The whopping 2, thank you very much. Anyway, so Alfred, he says, hey, you gotta sort and find the real people who want to experience the 80s in your decade and live like the way you live every day, every night. And to do that, you have to have what they call a laptop. It's kind of a weird word, like just on top of your lap. That's just kind of weird. And the internet, of course. And so anyways, fast forward. I got a laptop, one of these so-called laptops. And
Sydney Walker has donated $4.99 and says, Rikki, you need to be active in the Discord. Also, it won't do even dollar amounts for me, but oh well.
Sydney, look, one step at a time, all right? One step at a time. I do have a Discord, though. Thank you for reminding me. Guys, if you haven't followed my Discord, another one of those secret innovations that Alfred actually introduced me to. It's in the link in my description. You can find it there. Go join me on Discord. We're gonna get crazy with that thing, all right? Okay? But right now, you know, we're ironing out the kinks. As you see, to be the greatest stream of all time, you must, and I can't stress this enough, you must go through struggles and hardships. Sorry, you know what? Sometimes I can't multitask, and so I'm figuring something out right now. And you're just gonna have to live with it. Okay? Okay? All right, we're back. Anyways, as I was saying, so Alfred was like, hey, let's find the killer, most awesome group of 80s enthusiasts, and let's just hang out with them. Let's make some music together. Let's play some video games together. And let's just have some fun. You know, just live life in Miami 80s Vice, baby. And that's exactly what we did. And I said, yo, Alfred, you got a great idea, and I think we're gonna do it. And so, that being said, we talk 80s around here, baby. That's what this stream's all about, and that's why you're here. Or maybe it's just because of my dashing good looks. Anyways, I think that it's gonna be a good night. I mean, who all is ready to experience greatness? Because obviously this keyboard is not. But that's all right, we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Golly, I can't stand that noise filter though. Noise gate. Hold on, let me fix that. Check. Checkity check. It's better. Boom. It will have to do. How's everybody doing tonight?
Sam Concha has donated $2 and says, looking like S3 Jim Hopper from Stranger Things, LOL.
Well, thank you. Jim Hopper. That dude's a legend. You know, usually I'd get Tony to help me out on this stuff, but unfortunately he's on a boat again. So, yeah, I know. Go figure. But that's okay. It's okay. Because we'll figure it out. But I'm still here. I know you can't see me right now, but I'm...
Preventorius has donated PLN 25.00 and says, bought myself video recorder this week. And that 40-year-old marvel of Japanese technology still works. Now all I need is Rikki Thrash movie. Atomic Punk 5150 has donated $9.99 and says the donation sound coming through my car speakers is so loud and hilarious.
Well, how do you think I feel? It's like blasting through my speakers right here. Hold on. You guys are crazy in a good way. Okay? Let me catch up. Hold on. All right. Let's scroll up a little bit. You generous mother truckers. All right. Sam, thank you for the $2. I appreciate that. Bought myself a video recorder this week. That's sick. That 40-year-old marvel of Japanese technology still works. Awesome. All you need is a Rikki Thrash movie. We're going to make it happen, all right? Believe it or not, we'll manifest it, and it's going to come true. Atomic Punk, thank you for the 10 donation. The whopping 10, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, that donation sound is just, it's, what's the word I'm looking for? Magical. I mean, it's so magical. I love hearing it. And I think everybody loves hearing it. But anyways, I want to see some clapping of the hands for everybody who just donated. Thank you, everybody, for donating, making this stream awesome. Just hyping this stream up all the way from across the waters. Baby, let's go. And tonight's going to be fun. You know, listen. No amount of tiny little struggle is going to separate us from greatness. So we got the keyboard rocking again, hopefully. Moment of truth right here, baby. Doesn't that feel good? When you play something and doesn't seem to want to play? Listen, I tell you, when I kick that cable, I didn't just kick it. I absolutely crushed it. All right? So, better believe that. But that's okay. That is okay. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out, and we will get sound. We will. You better believe it. Baby. All right. All right. Good. We got something. But guess what? Something ain't enough. We gotta have all. Well, if this doesn't work, I actually might have broke this cable. Literally, I freaking kicked that thing to California. And listen, on the other side of the world, that's kind of a long distance. You know what I'm saying? We may not have keyboards today. I think I broke the cable, actually. Isn't that insane? Just out here breaking cables. But that's okay, we have this one. We have this mini cute guy. So small. It's tiny for my big hands. Listen, all right? It's not easy for an everyday 6'5", full of muscle, fully tatted. I'm just kidding, I'm not fully tatted. Guy to be walking around Miami Vice looking like a stud and just expecting the world to just move when I'm trying to walk, you know? But that's okay. That's okay. Anyways, how's everybody doing tonight? I haven't really had a chance to catch up on chat. Sydney says, Rikki, you're always having issues with wires, like the first show I went to and you tripped over the cord on stage and almost fell on it. Sydney, I do remember that. I do remember that. Where was that? Where was that? Come on, I know this. Somewhere up in, was it Kentucky? No. Was it? I visualized the stage. I know where the stage was. I just can't put my mind to where the state was. Anyways, Oodles of Noodles up here from Joe. Good to see you, Joe. Scylla, I showed that song about the oodles to my grandparents and they loved it. Listen, who doesn't love the Noodles on My Back hippopotamus song? We're gonna have to play that eventually here on stream. Remind me to a little later. Very cool having the graphic projected on the wall. You know, Tony's, helped me out with this kind of stuff. We're really up in the game a little bit. Seeing what we can bring to the table. If this is gonna be the greatest stream of all time, we gotta back it up. And you know what? That's exactly what we're gonna do. Because that's what we do. We're the best. Around. You're the best. Who else thought of that exactly when I said it? Okay, I mean, you gotta admit it. Okay, if you like the 80s just as much as I do, which is, I mean, obviously that's the time period we live in, then you gotta admit that...
The Crown Rini has donated $2 and says no you're not.
Crown Rini, I have no idea what you're telling me no to. Is it that I'm a stud? Because that means you're wrong. Okay? There's so many things that we just grazed through. I don't even know what you're talking about. But listen, I don't like your attitude, okay? Because we don't say no around here. You know what we say instead? We say, absolutely. That's what we say.
The Crown Rini has donated $2 and says talking about the noodle song that haunts my brain.
That noodle song, in fact, is quite astonishingly fantastic. So I don't know what you're talking about. I still don't know what you're talking about, Crown Rini. I mean, if you have to say insane things about the noodle song, which I think we can all agree is the greatest song here in this planet, then I don't know. I don't know what to do with you, Crown Rini. But I will say thank you, because that's what we do, all right? My mom always told me to say thank you when somebody gives you something, and I really do want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, Crown Rini. This is I'd like to do a song from Blue Hawaii. This keyboard's still not working, but that's all right. We'll sing it instead. A little Elvis. Who likes a little Elvis? You know, that was a couple decades ago, but I tend to take a lot of inspiration from Elvis. We stream every week, and we like to have a lot of fun, and I think everybody's having a good time. And how's my Elvis impression? Is it fine? Because listen, I'm gonna switch back out. All right. I think we broke a cable. That's okay. This keyboard's done. We'll get a new cable. We got more cables. We're not gonna let a cable stop us. But we do have this mini guy over here, and we're gonna create some epicness. Let's see. Okay. Also, hold on. This, I gotta fix this gate. Check, 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 check. Check. 1, 2. Check. All right. Check, check, check. Check. You'll must be thinking, oh, well, if only Rikki would have done this off of stream. Ha! Wouldn't that be something? Am I right? No. You're wrong. In fact, that's what you're wrong about. That's what we're all wrong about. Okay? Because we do things on stream. I don't got time to mess around. All right? Listen, it's good to see everybody on here. Michelle, Sydney, Sarah, Scylla, Joe, Cyclopia, Katie, welcome. My Vapor Vice, welcome to the stream. Welcome to Miami Vice. Welcome to the 80s live stream featuring Rikki. I can't even say my own name. But that's me. That's me. That's a picture of me. That's downtown. That's a flamingo. That's what they call the laptop. I mean, whatever that.
Sam Concha has donated
Whatever that is.
$1.49.
Sam Concha, just out here just throwing money at me, baby. I love it. Not even saying anything, but you got the, of course, the concrete dumbbells is the only dumbbells we rock around here. Sam Concha, have you flexed today or what? Because other than that, which is a huge flex, throwing $1.49 at me. Let's see those guns in the chat, baby. Drop the guns for Sam, baby. Let's see, what can we create on this tiny little keyboard now? Let's do something. All right now, baby.
The Crown Rini has donated $2 and says, buddy, your cam is still zoomed in.
That's okay. But thanks for reminding me. How's that? Did that fix the issue? No, it didn't. Fine. Maybe that did. Thanks for the reminder, Crown Rini. You're the best.
$2 and says you're welcome.
Crown Rini! Not bad for just messing around. But you know what could even be better? If we just, I don't know, brought them all back at once. Listen, we don't do anything but be great around here, baby. I don't know. I think it's time to move on to a little segment I call Catch Up with Rikki. And we're basically gonna stop the music and catch up with Rikki. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a fun one. I call that, what do I call that? Give me some name suggestions in the chat, I wanna know. We'll do maybe one more of those, just like, I don't know, something random. Not bad. Not bad. But I do want to catch up with chat. So, that being said, I'm going to shift angles here. So don't go anywhere. We're going to take 5 minutes, and we're going to come right back. All right, some of you might be on an ad break right now. But if you are, take 5 minutes, grab a snack, don't leave. Come join me back on the couch to catch up with Rikki. It's the new segment we just introduced just now. Yeah, that's right. Anyways, come get close and personal and see what this mustache is all about. All right, I'll see you guys very soon. Oh, you guys are still here, aren't you? Love that. That's okay. I love you guys anyways. I know. Psst. What do you think this is? A Greystone stream? No! Ha! This is a high-class perfection stream. Hosted by yours truly, Rikki Thrash. I'm glad everybody made it tonight. It wouldn't be a great night if you guys weren't here, so thank you. Thank you all for coming out. But listen, I think you can hear me now. And if not, then don't say anything. But if you can, then say something. Very good. That's what I like to see. What I like to see and hear, even though I can't hear you. But listen, if there was a way to hear you through this stream, then you better believe that I would hear you. Just by the volume of all these emojis that you guys are putting down. Is that what they call it? Emojis? In 2000, whatever it is? Listen, it doesn't matter because we're in the 1980s, baby. And listen, that's all that matters tonight. Guys, if you're having a good time, I want you to not only say the exact words that I'm about to give you. Let's play a game, all right? This is the key words that you have to say. You have to repeat after me, but you only win if you get this right, okay? All right? So, the key word, if you're having a good night. If you're not having a good night, then I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm doing my best over here. I'm trying to make this night the greatest it can be. Anyways, the key word, and you have to spell it letter by letter correctly, and you win a prize. Okay? And the key word is okay? So if you can spell that correctly with no hesitation, then you win a prize. I'm not going to tell you what the prize is, though, but Tony is working on it. Listen, I'm glad everybody's having a great day. Vapor Vice actually just nailed it. Like, what? Oh, okay. I thought that was going to be a little harder than it was, but okay. Dang. Wow. Well, congratulations, Vapor Vice. Let me go get your prize. All right, well, listen, turns out we ran out of the prizes, okay? But what I can tell you is that I'm gonna get on to Tony for this, okay? Because that's not okay when we run out of prizes. Because listen, ironically, this is the prize, baby, the Rikki Thrash stream. But we are gonna call Tony because it's been a while. Our weekly call, our weekly phone call
Crown
with
Rini has
Tony.
donated $2 and says that hurt my brain.
Crown Rini, I'm glad that hurt your brain. That's a good thing. Hurt in a good way, not in a bad way. Because if your brain isn't struggling to think and put out information and consume information, then it's not getting better, And that's what we're all about over here, is getting better. Okay? All right? Just had to make sure the lighting was good, but I think we're all right. Let me call Tony. Speed dial. Apparently he's on another boat or something. I don't know. Must be busy. Hey, Tony! Man, what are you doing? Wait, I thought you were on a boat. Wait, you're in Alaska? Why are you in Alaska? Wait, you're surfing. How are you surfing in Alaska? It's like freezing right now. I mean, it's freezing in New York right now. Oh, you rented a private beach to be built in Alaska and you're surfing how is that even possible? A man-made ocean. Okay, Tony, listen. All right, we're running out of prizes here, man. We need some more. We need some more sponsorships or something. We need something on the line, baby. And listen, all right, Tony, you've let me down before. Don't let it happen again, okay? I mean, last week, we had 50% of the chat wanted pineapple on their pizza, and 50% of the chat did not want pineapple on the pizza. And turns out, you didn't bring pineapple on the pizza, but you brought mango on the pizza. And that was I don't know where that went down the line. I don't know what kind of mix-up that was, but Tony, that cannot happen. I don't know. I know you're having fun. You're apparently surfing in Alaska right now. But listen, you got to get that stuff right, man. All right? My chat and I are counting on you, okay? Anyways, Tony, yeah. Let's get restocked so we can hand out some prizes. Anyways, I'll see you later, Tony. Have a good surf trip. That's weird. Okay. Yeah, I'll just take I don't know. Surprise me. Let's go cheese with let's just simple pepperoni on my pizza this time. Just classic, just whenever you can get it to me. I know you're in Alaska right now. All right, Tony. Take it easy, buddy. All right. See ya. Okay. Well, that was interesting. I don't know what that was about. I mean, Tony is literally in Alaska right now, surfing with a man-made, private-owned ocean. With those man-made waves. It's crazy. I don't know. I mean, the things people do nowadays in the 80s. But anyways, it's good to see everybody in here. I know I was on the phone for a second, so I got to catch up on Shaq. We got to catch up on Shaq.
The Crown Rini has donated $2 and says, "I love your sense of humor, LOL."
Well, Crown Rini, thank you very much. I'm glad you love my sense of humor, because I'm not trying to be funny. I mean, I haven't even started telling the jokes yet, so you just wait, sweetheart. You just wait, okay? But thank you for your donation. That's very kind of you. That's very generous. Thank you very much. Crown Renee is absolutely hyping up the chat tonight. Just being an awesome, just bringing all the oodles of noodles tonight. I really want to thank Crown Renee for being here. One of the OGs. Crown Renee, I tell you, Crown Renee has been here since pretty much the beginning of these streams. I think she might have missed maybe one or two when we first started out. But listen, I decided I wanted to get streaming because, again, what was his name? Alfredo? No, Frey. What was that guy's name again? Frey. Help me out, guys. Alfredo? Help me out on his name. I don't even remember. Like from 45 minutes ago. What was his name? Was it Alfred? Oh, you know what? It wasn't Alfred, it was Alfred. Alfred, yeah, it was it's spelled with an E. Like E, but Alfred with an E. Alfred. It was weird. Anyway, so Alfred, that's why I couldn't think of it, because it was such a weird name. Anyways, Alfred, he got us this new technology, and they call it the internet. It's kind of crazy, but now we're using the internet to reach out to a broader audience and to reach out to 80s lovers and my thrashers. And yeah, Alfred really hooked us up with this technology, and now we're hanging out, having a good time, just soaking in all the oodles of noodles. It's a good night. It's a good night to be alive in Miami. But okay, listen. All right, we're kind of getting sidetracked. But I did want to say what's up to all you guys. We got some new viewers. If you are new here in the Rikki Thrash stream, this stream is all about 1980s, baby. This is my era. This is my decade. And all of you who are watching right now are currently in this decade with me, are living this decade, and are enjoying it to the fullest. And that's exactly what we're going to do tonight. And as far as, this stream goes, it was kind of another... Listen, I got some big plans coming up, guys. I got some really exciting plans for the stream coming up. I'm really excited to really take this to the next level. You kind of got a sneak peek of it today. I know we were running hot coming in here and really figuring out some things. Last minute, kicking over cables, unplugging stuff, really just destroying my place unintentionally. In fact, I would go as far as to say we're really destroying this place intentionally, because that's what we do, all right? Every time we're on stream, we set this place on fire. Literally. But hopefully not in the kitchen, because sometimes we cook, sometimes, and hopefully we don't light things on fire. But this time, figuratively, we are lighting things on fire. And listen, we got some really exciting stuff coming up, okay? We got a combination of all my favorite things to do. Of course, playing music, as you saw from the start. We may finish with another tune later. We'll see. The night is still young. That's all I'll say. But I'm really excited because we're really getting really really professional and really top of the game with these streams. And it's just me and Tony running the place, man. That's it. All right? So I'm glad you guys are all on board with the streams. And I'm glad you guys are catching it early, because this is just the beginning. All right? We're doing this every Wednesday night and possibly more. Okay? And that's the other thing I wanted to talk about. My other hobbies, my other things that I like to do is, of course, play music, jam out, and also play some video games every now and then. And listen, Alfred, with an E, he also told me about this futuristic, almost like an arcade, but you could take it with you and buy it for your home. Kind of like the Super Nintendo, but like it almost looks real. It's like you're inside some sort of virtual reality. Anyways, so Alfred's gonna hook me up with some really cool gear, hopefully, maybe, if we play the cards right. Also, it depends on, how the streams are doing. Because that is a big factor. I want to do what you guys want to see, but I also want to do what I want to do. And right now, I'm doing what I want to do, but I want to expand. That being said, I think we're going to stream more often, which is that right there, that piece of information right there that took me 3 hours to get to is what I'm getting at. We're going to stream a little bit more often here coming up. But again, I wanted to get some things figured out with Tony. We've been on the phone quite a bit, Quite a bit. Tony and I have been discussing the matter of really just upping the streams and really just getting the best Rikki Thrash streams out there. And you guys seem to be all about it. So I'm excited to bring you the Rikki Thrash 2.0 streams. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll play it by ear. Week by week, day by day. Will I be doing the night poolside summer streaming? Michelle, that would be a wonderful, wonderful time, wouldn't it? Just a little poolside stream. I may have to do that one night. Or even a balcony stream. Out here on my balcony, I might have to just do that one night. Listen, we're going to really get snazzy. We're going to get groovy. And we're going to really up the game on the streams. It's going to be a little bit of in real life, a little bit of video games, a little bit of music, a little bit of everything. because this is the 80s. And in order to live to the fullest in the 80s, you got to follow me around. You got to follow the dream. You got to live the dream. You got to be in my shoes. And I want to bring you guys with me. So my day to day, that's me living, and this is my home base. Also, speaking of, and hold on, okay. I just paused for a second. I had to read something. But listen, I think, what was I going to say? That's a great question. I have no idea what I was going to say. But basically, we're going to up the streams. That's all I'm getting at. All right? There's nowhere to go but up from here. And if you think the streams are good now, then you just wait. No more kicking cables. I'll just say that. All right? Put that in your cigar and smoke it. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is a great night. I'm glad everybody is here. Sydney, Paige, Sarah, Vaporvise, Joe, Chloe, Cyclopia, Michelle, JP. It's good to see everybody in the chat. I know I've been talking quite a bit. But anyways, also, this is what I was going to say. I remembered. Took me a couple seconds to get there. But we're going to build an epic intro to these streams. That's another way of bumping the game. And listen, the only way of knowing what I got going on in my life is Patreon. You can sign up $5 a month on Patreon. That's super cheap. All right. I share exclusive updates on there, and then watching the streams. Like, I mean, I don't post. Like I said last week, I'm posting quality over quantity these days. I'm really, because I'm tired of everybody saying, "Oh, you got to just push content out. I don't care if it's low quality." No. All right, that's not what I'm about. I'm about pushing out quality content. So I got some really cool stuff down the pipes that I'm excited to release. And you guys will not know about that unless you're on my Patreon or watching the streams, I should say. But listen, I got some excited stuff. Anyways, how many times can I say that in one stream? But that leads me to my next point. I want to build an intro for the streams, really up the quality there, really just get everybody hype and just take these to another level. Because I'm loving the streams, man. It's a chance to reach out to the audience, talk to you guys, answer questions, and just do what I like to do, which is play music and stuff. And eventually we'll be playing video games. And that's kind of my main two focuses going forward. Focuses? So, anyways. I definitely must be driving a Ferrari wearing a white suit. If anybody has a Ferrari and lives in Florida, let me know. Yeah, Sydney, y'all are like the epic bullies on this stream. I mean, I don't know where I would be without you guys. Just all these technical difficulties that I face. But joke's on you. All right? Everything's planned. All these technical difficulties are planned for the stream. It's because we want to test ourselves. We want to test how far we can be pushed. And I've been pushed before. I'm used to it. Okay? I'm glad we got that straight. I got plenty of white suits, don't worry. In fact, I was wearing one earlier today at dinner. Was on a very important business meeting today, discussing a lot of A lot of good things. A lot of good things coming up. But yeah, it's nice, Michelle, to be my own boss. I do what I want. Exactly. And like I said, you know, of course I want to cater to the likes of you guys, but at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to call the shots. I'm going to stream the content that I want to stream. Which, like I said before, we're getting to new horizons, baby. We're upping this game, baby. We're expanding. And it's super exciting for me. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you don't, then you don't have to be here. Simple as that, baby. But you will. You'll be here. You'll enjoy it. Trust me. If you like what you're seeing now, you're going to enjoy it. Anyways, what's my favorite ice cream flavor? I'm going to have to go with chocolate every day, all day. All right? Chocolate is the best. I don't care what anybody
Sydney
says.
Walker has donated $1.99 and says we only bully you because we love you.
Sydney, it's not bullying if it doesn't work, okay? But I appreciate the donation. That means a lot. Thank you very much. It's been a long time since I've seen you at a show, Sydney. Got to get you out on one. Melt your face with a bass solo. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of bass solos, let's see. Well, don't you love when you just lose everything on stream? I will be with you shortly. Okay, that's a little weird. Not sure how I lost that. I'll find it later at 3 a.m. when I'm looking for things. But we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. We'll just plug it straight in. We'll just plug her straight in. You know what I'm saying? We have sound. Move you guys over here. Golly. I do not remember how to play that song. But man, this bass is ripping tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's also, it's a little dark. Let me fix that. It's a little bit better. What are y'all saying? Michael Anthony. What's up, Iggy? Welcome to the chat, welcome to the stream, welcome to the 80s. Do I know how to play Roundabout? That's a tough song. I haven't played it in a while, so probably not. Yeah, it's chorus. Also, sneak peek. I haven't said this to anybody, but this week, guess what I did? I finished recording the Soulfire tracks. So if you guys were a fan of Musician Mansion, be looking forward to seeing some studio versions of those songs. That's right, baby. Again, it's not really 80s music, but I did bring the 80s bass. All right, so you're gonna see some 2025 metal with some 80s bass tracks slapped on it. It's pretty sick. I'm pretty stoked about my performance on them too because I threw in some slapping. That's all I'm gonna do. But I threw some slapping in there. I already forgot what I played, but it was pretty sick. Yes, Seinfeld. Soulfire featuring Seinfeld. Yep, definitely throwing my funky stamp on it. All right, so speaking of video games, Alfred has informed me on a few things. The modern technology of the future in 2025. They have these games called they have let's see if I remember. A game called Call of Duty. Does that ring a bell? Call of Duty and Fortnite is what I remember him telling me. I don't know. If you guys had a choice between those two, they seemed pretty interesting. What would it be? Fortnite or Warzone? Warzone, for those of you who do not know, sounds more like, but based on what Alfred has told me, it's a little bit more realistic. It's a little bit more combat focused, a little bit more soldier-like. They even got the Terminator skin in there, which is kind of sick. Fortnite's a little more artistic, little arcadey, rather. Not artistic. A little more arcade looking. So just two different beasts. Yeah, y'all are saying, yeah, literally a Terminator skin, like the actual robot. Foolin'? Most of y'all are saying Call of Duty. And then some old school games. We'll see. We might change it up every now and then. I don't know. Did that sound like fooling to you? Or am I fooling myself right now? Fooling yourself. Who knows that song? Who likes Styx? Love Styx. Oh, you notice that little Rush influence there? I tell you, Geddy Lee is one of the greatest. Big influence of mine. A lot of harmonics in there. All right. Dang. Guy flying through in a Cameo. Sick. All right, let's do one more tune. I love YYZ, I tell you that. I don't think I ever learned how to play it though. I don't know. I've never played it. I don't know how to do Van Halen. Sydney? I'm kidding. I tell you what. We're going to end the stream. And we're going to have a game plan for next week. But I'll play two more requests. All right? If you got any requests, I'm not going to play the song, like the actual song, but I'll play two more requests and then get out of here. Because tomorrow, I think I'm going to shoot the intro to the upcoming streams. That way we have something really epic. But again, today, I'm trying a new little system. So thankfully, we didn't experience any dropouts. Thanks to my new system that I got going. So, yeah. I'm glad we're smooth. I'm glad everybody's here. I'm glad everybody's not lagging, because we have had issues with that. We'll see. Y'all know that song. Yeah, let's do let's send her off with some Rat. How about that? Let's do that. I hope everybody has a great night. I'm gonna finish it off with some Rat. I'm going to finish off this stream with some Rat. It's been epic tonight. Thank you all for joining. Thanks for all the donations. Thanks for hanging out.
The Crown Rini has donated $3.
Crown Rini, always coming in hot with the donations. I got to go find my my wireless guitar system that Tony had specially designed for me that I seem to have lost. I don't know. It's probably in this frame too. Y'all probably staring at it, and I can't see nothing with sunglasses. But it doesn't matter because as long as we look good, and ladies and gentlemen, oh baby, you guys look good tonight. So with that being said, we're gonna close this out with some Rats. I'll see you guys next Wednesday night. That is if I remember how to play it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you all for coming out tonight and hanging out. I'll see you next Wednesday.